So now we're on video 9, and so the last 5 videos we've been doing chords, and you may be wondering what a chord is, and I'm going to explain what chords are and how to get from, we've learned mainly majors, and if you don't want to look at a chart to see how to get to minor, there is a way of getting to minor from the major, and it works for basically every chord. So a chord is a harmonic set of 2 or more notes being played simultaneously or together. So like, where's the pick? Like, see, we have 3 notes right here. So D. But like, this is D major, and I know this is D minor. Whoa, that's D minor. And I didn't have to look at a chart to know how to get to D minor. I actually found there is a way to get to D minor from D major, figuring out yourself. The first thing you'll always want to know is what's the chord and what scale does it belong to. So I know this is D major, and it obviously belongs to the D major scale. And I believe the D major scale is, yeah, that's the D major scale. So the D major scale, I have a sheet here, you might want to write stuff down, is D, E, F sharp, G, A, B, C sharp. And I wrote 1st, 3rd, and 5th because that is what chords are made of. Usually you'll have a 1st, a 3rd, and a 5th. So you'll have one finger playing a D note, one playing an F sharp note, and one playing an A note. So for an example with D, you'll get something that looks like that. And so your 1 will be on A, and that is the 5th of the scale. Your 2 will be on F sharp, that is the 3rd of the scale. And your 3rd will be on D, and that is the 1st of the scale. And then your root is the D string open, and that is your chord. But how you get from D major to D minor is you're going to flatten your 3rd. So A right here, our first finger is playing the 5th. The second finger right here is playing the 3rd. And this one's playing the 1st. So you're going to want to flatten this string right here. And by flattening it, flattening the 3rd, you move up a half step, which is just a fret. So seeing right now, you can't really take this finger and move it up without the other one shoving up. So you're going to have to shift your hand. So you're going to want to put your 1st where your 2nd one was going, and then your 2nd finger where your 1st one was. So your 1st finger is now playing the flattened 3rd. So now your 1 should be on F, and that's the 3rd of the D minor scale. And then your 2nd should be on A, that's the 5th of the scale. And your 3rd should still be on D, and that is the 1st of the scale. And that's D minor. And I'll show that it does work for many other chords. I have another example. I have A major, and we already learned what A major was. But do you know the A major scale? And I have another sheet. So A major scale, you have A, you have B, C sharp, D, E, F sharp, and G sharp. And then your A is your 1st. See, when you all write it out, so 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th. But right now you're just worrying about the 1st, 3rd, and 5th. So you might want, when you're trying to learn your other chords, you might want to write this out, every scale, so you can be like, oh, well, here's the 1st, 3rd, and 5th. And that's why it also helps knowing your fretboard. I really don't know it. I actually write this stuff down to help me memorize it. So, like I write me cheat notes right here. You guys don't have that, but you can do it for yourself too. So we have our 1, on E, our 2 on A, and our 3 on C sharp. And if we go back to the other sheet, our 1 on E is the 5th. So this one right now is playing the 5th of the scale. Then our 2 on A is playing the 1st of the scale. And our C sharp, 3 on C sharp, is playing the 3rd of the scale. And then every time you want to make something minor, you're going to flatten the 3rd. So now that I've found the 3rd, I want to move that up half a step or up 1 fret. I don't see how I can really do that without shoving my whole hand up. So you got to find another way, which is usually just taking 1 and putting it where 3 should go, and taking 2 and having it take 1 spot and moving the 3rd one over. And that is A minor. And you're going to hear it in a lot of songs. Like one, for example, It Will Rain by Bruno Mars, that has like a bunch of minor chords. I think the only one in the intro that's major is C and G, and then you have E minor, A minor, and D minor. So yeah, so you're gonna need to learn your minor chords. So when you see E or A, for example, since I already showed you it, if you see like an A minor and you go, oh, I already know A, but I have no idea how to get to A minor, just remember, like, what is the scale? So which one is the 3rd of the scale? Where is your finger on the 3rd? So you're gonna like look at your fingers and be like, which one of these is playing the C sharp or the 3rd? And then you're going to shift it up. And then if you can't shift it up, you're going to move your fingers around and find a way to shift it up. And that's how the chord will be played. So yeah, so learn your fretboard, learn some scales, and try messing around with your chords and creating minors. There are other like chords, like you could have an A minor 7, you could have a C add 9, you could have an augmented F or whatever. There are a lot of other chords, but start with the minors, and eventually you'll build up on learning minor 7, minor 11, add 9, and stuff. But just start with what I've showed you for now, and try making minor chords out of finding the 3rd of the scale. So if you want to do C, I'm not going to show you because I really can't think of it right now, and you want to know what C minor is, you're going to figure out the C scale. Actually, no. So you're going to try the C scale, and then you're going to figure out the letters of the scale, the notes, 1st, 3rd, and 5th, and then you're going to find where 1st, 3rd, and 5th, where you're playing it on here. You're going to find your 3rd one, and you're just going to move it up. And I think C, D, E, E, A, D. I think it'd be this. I'm not sure. But yeah, so learn some scales and try minoring your chords so you can have a more variety of chords for yourself in future, and you continue playing and doing other things. So